Join me as I explore the history books and challenge myself to find out if Donald Trump truly is America's greatest president. The notion that Donald Trump might be considered America's greatest president is a topic that sparks intense debate among Americans. While some hail him as a champion of conservative values, others view him as a divisive figure who has done more harm than good. But what are the facts behind this claim? Today, we're going to dig into the details and explore whether Trump's presidency really does make him the greatest. We'll examine the challenges he faced, his key policies and achievements, and the controversy surrounding his legacy. So, is Donald Trump truly America's greatest president? Let's find out. One of the biggest challenges Trump faced during his presidency was the intense political polarization of the country. The 2016 election was one of the most divisive in recent history, and Trump's presidency only added fuel to the fire. From his early days in office, Trump faced fierce opposition from Democrats, who viewed him as an illegitimate president. This opposition was fueled by Trump's controversial policy decisions, such as his travel ban on predominantly Muslim countries, which was widely criticized as discriminatory. Trump's leadership style also drew criticism, with many accusing him of being autocratic and dismissive of dissenting voices. His use of social media to bypass traditional media channels and communicate directly with his supporters was seen as unorthodox and often inflammatory. Despite these challenges, Trump remained incredibly popular among his base, who saw him as a champion of their values and a defender of America's interests. But Trump's divisive rhetoric and policies also alienated many moderate Republicans, who felt that he was damaging the party's brand and reputation. One of Trump's most significant policy decisions was his tax reform package, which was passed in 2017. The reform slashed corporate tax rates and reduced taxes for many middle-class Americans. However, the move was criticized for increasing the national debt and benefiting the wealthy at the expense of the poor. Trump's foreign policy was also a major area of contention. His decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal was widely criticized by Democrats and international leaders. However, his supporters praised his tough stance on trade and his efforts to reassert American leadership on the world stage. Trump's presidency was also marked by several high-profile controversies, including his handling of the Charlottesville protests and his response to Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. Despite these setbacks, Trump remained committed to his core agenda, including his promise to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. However, his inability to secure funding for the wall led to a government shutdown, which was widely seen as a defeat for the president. Trump's presidency was also marked by a series of high-profile personnel changes, including the firing of FBI Director James Comey and the resignation of Defense Secretary James Mattis. These moves were widely criticized as evidence of Trump's authoritarian tendencies. However, Trump's supporters pointed to his appointment of conservative judges to the Supreme Court and the federal judiciary as a major achievement. These appointments were seen as a critical step in shaping the country's legal landscape for decades to come. Trump's economic policies were also a major area of focus. His administration implemented a series of deregulatory measures aimed at stimulating economic growth. While the economy did experience a period of rapid growth during Trump's presidency, critics argued that the benefits were largely confined to the wealthy and large corporations. In foreign diplomacy, Trump's presidency was marked by a series of high-profile summits with world leaders, including North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin. While these meetings generated significant headlines, they were often criticized for lacking substance and failing to produce meaningful agreements. Despite these criticisms, Trump's supporters praised his efforts to reassert American leadership on the world stage and his willingness to challenge traditional diplomatic norms. They argued that his unconventional approach had brought a sense of freshness and unpredictability to international relations. One of the pivotal moments of Trump's presidency came in 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the globe. Trump's response to the crisis was widely criticized, with many accusing him of downplaying the risks and failing to provide adequate leadership. However, Trump supporters argued that he had taken swift action to restrict travel and mobilize resources, and that his administration's response had ultimately saved countless lives. This pivotal moment encapsulates the debate over Trump's legacy. Was he a visionary leader who challenged conventional wisdom and achieved real results? Or was he a reckless and divisive figure who put America's interests at risk? So, what's the verdict? Is Donald Trump truly America's greatest president? The answer is complex and depends on how you weigh the different factors. On the one hand, Trump's presidency was marked by significant policy achievements, including tax reform and deregulation. He also maintained a strong economy and was a champion of conservative values. On the other hand, Trump's presidency was also marked by intense political polarization, controversy, and division. His leadership style was often criticized, and his policies were frequently divisive. Ultimately, whether or not Trump is considered America's greatest president is a matter of personal opinion. What's clear is that his presidency was a provocative and intensely debated topic that continues to shape American politics today. Thanks for watching, and be sure to share your thoughts on Trump's presidency in the comments below. And if you want to explore more presidential legacies, check out our video on the most influential presidents in American history.
Appreciate you being here today. Great people outside, you can see that. These are great Americans and unbelievable workers. Nobody has better than what we have. And it's wonderful to be at Ames, an incredible company with a rich history and a long history. Centuries ago, before our country was even founded, don't believe that one, this company produced the tools that helped to build our nation. Later, Ames tools would be used at the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, the Hoover Dam, just to name a few of the monuments within our country.